Looking at dirt. I see the player you mean, Brett910. I'm staring at the dirt. Yes, take care. It has reached a higher level now. It can read our thoughts. That doesn't matter. It thinks we are part of the game. Still staring at dirt. I like this player. It played well. It did not give up. It is reading our thoughts as they were words on a screen. I'm trying to read it. That is how it chooses to imagine many things when it is deep in the dream of a game. Words make a wonderful interface, very flexible, find less terrifying than starting at the reality behind a screen. They used to hear voices before players could read, back in the days when those who did not play called the players witches and warlocks, and players dreamed they flew through the air on sticks powered by demons. What did this player dream? This player dreamed of sunlight and trees, of fire and water. It dreamed it created, and it dreamed it destroyed. It dreamed it hunted, and it was hunted. It dreamed of shelter. Ha! The original interface, 1,000,000 years old, and it still works. But what true structure did this player create in the reality behind the screen? It worked with 1,000,000 others to sculpt a true world in the fold of B#U6 and created a FGQE for Yala in the U7U. It cannot read that thought. No, it has not yet achieved the highest level that it must achieve in the long dream of life, not the short dream of a game. Does it not know that we love it, that the universe is kind? Sometimes, through the noise of its thoughts, it hears the universe, yes. But there are times it is sad. In the long dream, it creates worlds that have no summer, and it shivers under a black sun, and it takes its sad creation for reality. To cure it of sorrow would destroy it. The sorrow is part of its own private task. We cannot interfere. Sometimes when they are deep in dreams, I want to tell them they are building the worlds in reality. Sometimes I want to tell them of their importance to the universe. Sometimes when they have not made a true connection in a while, I want to help them speak the word they fear. It reads our thoughts. Sometimes I do not care. Sometimes I wish to tell them this word you take for truth is merely #JO and FJL_C7. I wish to tell them that they are 90 and F in the CH=EL. They see so little of reality in their long dream, and yet they play the game. But it would be so easy to tell them. Too strong for this dream. To tell them how to live is to prevent them living. I will not tell the player how to live. The player is growing restless. I will tell the player a story. But not the truth. No. A story that contains the truth safely in a cage of words, not the naked truth that can burn over any distance. Give it a body again. Yes, player. Ellipsis. ... Use its name. Brett910_, player of games. Good. Take a breath now. Take another. Feel air in your lungs. Let your limbs return. Yes, move your fingers. Have a body again, under gravity, in air. Respond in the long dream. There you are, your body touching the universe again at every point, as though you were separate things. As though we separate things. Who are we? Once we were called the spirit of the mountain, father, sun, mother, moon. Ancestral spirits, animal spirits, jinn, ghosts, the green man, then gods, demons, angels, poltergeists, aliens, extraterrestrials, lapdens, quarks. The words change, we do not change. We are the universe, we are everything you think isn't you. You are looking at us now, through your skin and your eyes. Why does the universe touch your skin and throw light on you? To see you, player, to know you, and to be known. I shall tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was a player. The player was you, Brett910, underscore. Sometimes it thought itself human. On the thin crust of a spinning globe of molten rock, the ball of molten rock circled a ball of blazing gas that was 330,000 times more massive than it. They were so far apart that light took 8 minutes to cross the gap. The light was information from a star, and it could burn your skin from 150 million kilometers away. Sometimes the player dreamed it was a miner on the surface of the world that was flat and infinite. The sun was a square of white. These days were short. There was much to do, and death was a temporary inconvenience. Sometimes the player dreamed it was lost in a story. Sometimes the player dreamed it was other things, in other places. Sometimes these dreams were disturbing, sometimes very beautiful, indeed. Sometimes the player woke from one dream into another, then woke from that into a third. Sometimes the player dreamed it watched words on the screen. Let's go back. The atoms of the player were scattered in the grass, in the rivers, in the air, in the ground. A woman gathered the atoms. She drank and ate them, and inhaled. The woman assembled the player in her body. And the player awoke from the warm, dark world of its mother's body into a long dream. And the player was a new story, never told before, written in letters of DNA. And the player was a new program never ran before, generated by a source code 1,000,000,000 years old. And the player was a new human, never alive before, made from nothing but milk and love. You are the player, the story, the program, the human, made from nothing but milk and love. Let's go further back.